1, 2, 1, 2. Uno momento. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Uno momento. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, yes, yes. I knew something was missing. Where's my headphones? One, two, 1, 2. Okay, are you guys receiving me? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, 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 guys. Let me just sort out something on my end. 1, 2. 1, 2. Where is my screen? Where is my screen? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Let's go. Okay. It's Raphie Dawkins, Combat Radio. And we are live. Shout outs. First of all, we've got Tommy Temper in the house. Peds in the house. Yes, the geezer is in the house. AA Boxing Blunts. Good evening to you. Okay, we are live and we are good. Okay, how's everybody? Yes, salute to everyone. Let me turn myself up in the headphones. Okay, we here and everything seems good. The sound is good. Okay, so without much further ado, let's get into it. What did I want to play you? There was something I wanted to play you to kick off the session. Let me know if you can hear this.
Now, let me ask you this one. If they came after the Brazil fight, after you successful against Brazil, and they say, hey, go 50-50, we're going to give you everything you want, is that something that would get the fight done for you this year?
I don't know. We got things, like I said, we got things in order, in line. You know what I mean? It's all it's all based on a lot of different things that's going on. I can't really discuss a lot of things that's going on. That's just what the part is. You just have to wait. You have to wait and see, because they're in the best. I feel they're in the best time right now.
Mm-hmm.
They need this. They need this fight. You know, I done came most of the time with big fights. You know, with Bible, with the boy
Remain Savard.
Remains to burn with Bible did with the Ortiz, but nobody wanted to fight this man, period. The guy got tested for some type of PEDs, and I still took around and fought him. You know, paid set-aside money and everything. You know, and then came back with a fury. Ain't none of these heavyweights ain't doing that. If anything, people know that if you want to see a great fight, it's going to most likely be with Deontay Wilder involved. And I've lowered my standards. I've taken high risk with low rewards just to make the great fight happen. And
okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of that. Don't understand the Alabama twang. Leighton Evelyn has joined us. Okay, right. I knew there was something missing. I knew there was something missing. Music. I need the music in the background always. Okay. Now that's good. Right. Let's get into it. That's not even the first subject. That's not even the first subject, but that was just a little teaser. Marty Fieldman in the house. Okay. we are going to start off with the topic of the weekend, and that's Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs. Okay, now no, it's not the magic carpet. This is the music that I used for my very first video. It's like some kind of, I'll turn it up for you for a second so you can hear it. It's just purely drums. Just a nice little drum beat in the background. I like it. Okay, so Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Dubois. Now, you'll recall last week when I spoke about it, I was under-enthused. I was not enthusiastic. I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it, even though they are two top high-ranking fighters. I just wasn't feeling it. And as I watched the fight, I began to realize why I wasn't so into it. Yes, there was skills. Two highly skilled performers, but the problem is I think they canceled each other out. The geezer says, honestly, it was not good. It wasn't scintillating. It was not a scintillating fight. And I think I'm going to try and go into why. I think when you have people, two fighters who understand boxing to the level that they do, they kind of cancel each other out. Their level of skill and understanding was so high. Ped says he liked Canelo. Their level of skill and understanding of boxing was so high that they kind of nullified each other. Lane Evelyn says Canelo ate his best punch like it was nothing. The geezer says I like them both. B. So A is the talent level, high talent level, and their ability to understand their opponent. B, if those guys fought, it is my contention that if those guys fought for another 12 rounds, immediately after, there still wouldn't be a knockout. Simply because they understand boxing so well. They understand each other. They understand their opponents so well. The geezer says Jacobs missed loads of punches. Yes, he did. He was missing with the jab all night. And the problem with his jabs was that he wasn't following it with the right. He wasn't following it with the other hand, because sometimes he switched from orthodox to unorthodox. And the problem was he was not following up his little double jab with a hook. War Standard is in the house. Lace Hatcher is in the house. So he wasn't following up his double jab. We're talking about Canelo v Jacob. Jacob wasn't following up his double jab with a hook. He should have followed up his double jabs with a hook or jab, hook, jab. But double jab I can understand, but he had to follow it up with a hook. He was double jabbing and missing a lot of the times and leaving it there. That was a mistake. Double jab and hook would have resulted in some positivity. It would have been positive for him. It would have been good for him. Jacobs landed 2 proper punches. Yeah, not enough. That's the geezer. Not enough. So that's B. due to their knowledge of the game. Even if they fought 12 more rounds, I still wouldn't expect a knockout. Okay. They could have fought for another 12 rounds without a KO due to their craftsmanship. Craftsmanship level was high. So basically what we saw was two craftsmen in the ring. Everybody hit the like button for me, please. I'm going to join you. Everybody hit that like button. Light up the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So that was Canelo Alvarez. Do me a favor, people, in the chat. Click yes if you enjoyed the fight. And no if you were underwhelmed. Ped like the fight. No bull is in the house. Click yes if you like the fight and no if you were underwhelmed. Okay. Okay. What did you think of the highlights, Tommy? Well, they were highlights, weren't they? Okay. So let me go through the chat and see what the opinion was on the Canelo v. Jacob fight. Leighton Evelyn says Canelo is the best in the world. Canelo comes back later. He's in another topic. So we're going to discuss that. Canelo is a class act, says AA boxing and blunts. He grew on me. Okay. The geezer, honestly, it was not good. Ped, I like Canelo. Leighton Evelyn, Canelo ate his best punch like it was nothing. Geezer, I like them both. Ped, he showed some amazing defense. Who's that? Which one, Ped? Who showed amazing defense? Marty Fieldman, Canelo definitely won, but it wasn't great to watch. Tommy Temper, Canelo made Mexican beef proud. On the donkey meat. The geezer, Jacob missed with loads of punches. Yes, he did. Jacob started to slow. Gave away too many rounds, says Leighton Evelyn. No bull. Canelo was a level above. He improves every fight. Yeah. Jacobs could not adjust. Yes, ice the like. Hit that like button, folks. Hit that like button. Light it up. Leighton Evelyn says, Ped says yes. Leighton Evelyn says yes. I like the fight. War stand, yes. The geezer, no. Tommy Temper, I watched the highlights. Marty Fieldman, Canelo's footwork was great. Spinning away to the left. Marty Fieldman, yes-ish. Yes-ish. Tommy Temper, yes though. No bull, yes. The geezer, it was boring. Really, there was nothing to get excited about. Ped, Canelo, yeah. Okay, so my assessment overall of the fight was that he was watching two technicians. And I like watching technicians. Was it overwhelmingly exciting? No, not to me. But I was aware that I was watching two technical boxers box. And if I had to summarize it, I would say that I would rather watch two technical boxers box technically rather than two guys who are just swinging and hoping. Yeah, so I'd rather watch technique over swinging and punch, over swinging and hoping. So technique over swing and hope. That's my position. Okay, so that was the first topic wrapped up neatly. So a technical fight, mixed crowd, mixed response, but overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive. I'm going to come back to Canelo later. He is involved in one of the later topics on my topic sheet. Okay, so next topic. Breezing through this. Wilder declines 50-50 and says he's got other plans for this year. We can assume those plans are Adam Kawanaki and Luis Ortiz. He says he's been voted out. Well, no, I think there's some with mixed emotions. Overwhelmingly, yes. And a couple, one with mixed emotions. And you who just said, no, I didn't enjoy it, which I can understand all of those positions. Right. So, Wilder. Yeah, I'm getting tired of Wilder as well. Leighton Evelyn. And the geezer. I'm getting tired of him as well. I see through his antics, but I think we have to put the nails in the coffin. And the reason is that he has been dragging the landlord's name through the mud for the better part of a year. So we have to say, or we have to call it like it is. And his latest statements show his true position. Well, let's get into it. Let us get into it. We have other plans this year. And we can assume that those other plans are Luis Ortiz and Adam Kawanaki. And I have a soundbite for you. Let's see if I can bring this up. Skills are improving. Theoretically. Where is the soundbite? Let me kill the music. So you can hear this clearly. Okay. Listen keenly.
They are all in the works. There is nothing confirmed at this point. The only thing that is locked in is the fight with Brazil on May 18th. And if everything goes the way we hope it will, we will then discuss his next fight and lock that in.
Now, last you and I talked.
Okay. So Wilder, no. Finkel was asked the question, is it confirmed? Is it locked in that Deontay will be fighting Luis Ortiz next, and then Adam Kawanaki? That was the question posed to him on the Boxing Voice. And his response was, well, we have not. In fact, what was his response? What was his exact words? What were his?
So any truth to Wilder's next two fights being Ortiz and Kawanaki?
They are all in the works. There is nothing confirmed at this point. The only thing that is locked in is the fight with Brazil on May 18th. And if everything goes the way we hope it will, we will then discuss his next fight and lock that in.
Okay. Nothing is locked in. Boxing Jedi Temple is in the house, I believe, for the first time. Welcome, the Boxing Jedi Temple. Let me just go back a bit. Let me see who I've missed. Jake Cleary is in the house. Yes, Jake. Boxing Jedi Temple is in the house. Have I missed anybody else? Smash the like button as you come on in, guys. Smash that light that like button up. Yes, good to have you, Boxing Jedi. Yes, okay. So for those who didn't hear, we have covered the Canelo Alvarez versus Jacobs fight. And my conclusions on that were that it was two highly skilled guys coming together and somewhat nullifying each other. Although I was impressed with Canelo, I am pretty much always impressed with Canelo apart from his donkey meat habit. Excluding Canelo's love of the donkey meat, I do like his style. I watch his train. To be honest, I watch his training. I watch his training videos more than his fights, perhaps. If you added up all the hours of me watching his fights and watching his training videos, I've watched more of his training videos than his fights. And from his training videos, I can see the sharpness. I can see him drilling sharpness. I am very impressed with Canelo, other than his love of donkey meat. Let me be clear. I'm not cool with the donkey meat. Okay, but we've moved on. Yeah, the donkey meat. He's got to stop with that. But we've moved on from the Canelo Jacob, and we are talking about the controversy of Deontay Wilder finally admitting that even if he were to get 50-50, even if he were offered 50-50, he would most likely decline in 2019. And he said, we have other plans. Those were the words of Deontay Wilder. We have other plans. You know, we're not gonna jump to what they want. We have other plans.
And everything, and then came back with a fear sent around the fought
Remains to burn.
Remains to burn, revival did with the Ortiz, but nobody wanted to fight this man, period. The guy got tested for some type of PEDs, and I still sent around the fought paid set aside money and everything, and then came back with a fury. And no, none of these heavyweights ain't doing that.
Actually, this one, if they came after the Brazil fight, after you successful against Brazil, and they say, hey, go 50-50, we're going to give you everything you want. Is that something that would get the fight done for you this year?
I don't know. We got things, like I said, we got things in order, in line. You know what I mean? It's all it's all based on a lot of different things that's going on. I can't really discuss a lot of things.
We have other things in line. Those are Deontay Wilder's words. Now I cut to the Shelley Finkel quote, and he said, nothing is locked in. Nothing is locked in. Ped says we deserve to see undisputed. Now, Deontay says we have other things in line. Finkel says nothing is locked in. So the question is, do they have other things in line, or is nothing locked in? Because if nothing's locked in, then there's nothing to prevent the fight going ahead. There is nothing to prevent Wilder accepting the fight if nothing's locked in. If, on the other hand, Wilder is telling the truth and they have other things in line, probably Ortiz and followed by Kawanaki, then is that more important than unification? Is that more important than unification? AJ the Landlord is already unified champion. So after unification, what is there? What is there? It's just sealing the whole thing up. Yeah? Sealing the whole thing up. One man having every belt. One man, what is it? One name, one champion. One name, one face, one champion. One name, one face, one champion. So he's declining the one name, one face, one champion. He's declining that in favor of fighting the likes of Old Man Ortiz and Adam Kawanaki. So I think it's come to the stage now where we can pretty much safely say that Wilder, contrary to his words, is not interested in unification. He is not interested in unification. That is what it's come down to, that. He is not interested in unifying. He said with his own words he would decline 50-50. Okay, let me get into the chat. See what the words are. See what the opinions are. Let's get this. Let's get this. Yeah, the guy, Leighton Evelyn says the guy's a walking contradiction. Clearly, that's become very clear now. It's out there. He said it with his own mouth. He is not interested even at 50-50 this year. War Standard says Deontay's cashing out before his retirement payoff against AJ. I don't know if he's going to cash out before the payoff. Cashing out before. I don't think he's. I think he's going to cash out before retirement. I think if he takes the AJ fight, it's directly before he retires. Directly before. If he takes the AJ fight, I can see it being something like his last fight if he loses. And then he retires. Boxing, the boxing and Jedi's temple. Wilder is a fraud. I think that's become blatantly clear. I think that's become blatantly clear. We've heard it from his own mouth. Even if they offered him 50-50, he's still not interested. He's still not interested this year. Maybe next year or maybe the year after. Who knows? Wilder has admitted, said Ped, that he wants to be a movie star. Yeah, he's a boxer who's talking about Hollywood. That doesn't work. That does not work. How is he going to be a movie star when his diction is so poor? Sorry, not hating, just stating the facts. His diction is poor. It's not clear. His words are mumbled. I said when I was on the Boxing Voice, I said the guy needs elocution lessons. He sounds like Crisp, said Ped. The geezer says he keeps going on about drug cheats. But what about his bro? What about his brother? What about Marcellus? You know, I did a video about that. Maybe I should do an update. What's happening with Marcellus? And I think I know how that's going to go. Let's talk about Marcellus for a while. Just like with the Tyson Fury, anybody who hasn't seen my documentary on the Tyson Fury, the drug scandal, please feel free to go and check it out. It's a two-parter. Yeah? Much like Fury, I think the way the Marcellus thing is going to go is there's going to be no announcement. He's going to be 6 months out of the game with no announcement. And then he's just going to come back. 6 months after the event, he's going to come back and start fighting again. Without any conversation, no notice, no nothing. I need to check the box rec and see what's happening, what his status is. The last time I checked, it was suspended. So I think that's how they're going to play that one. Just like Wilder. I mean, what do you call him? Fury. He's going to spend some time out. And then when he comes back, they're going to give him a backdated ban. So for the 2 years that Fury was out, he wasn't considered a drug cheat. Or partially, for the people who knew. And then he came back, gave him his ban retrospectively, and then he started again. I think the Marcellus thing is going to be very similar. It's going to be very similar. Marcellus is going to come back in 6 months' time, probably 5 months' time now, and he's just going to start fighting again. That's how I see that going down. They are very tight with the WBC, those Wilder bros, and their handlers. He's acting as wooden as his boxing abilities, says Warstand. Ped, exactly. He's bro juiced to the gills. He's bro juiced up. We still don't know. Still haven't had any word. What were the compounds? With Miller, he juiced, and the next month they told us exactly what compounds were in his system. Must be about at least 6 weeks now. And we still haven't heard anything from Marcellus. What compounds was Marcellus using? What compounds were found in his system? Still haven't heard a peep. We haven't heard a peep. He can't punch properly. That's why he keeps on damaging his hand, says Leighton Evelyn. Yeah, he keeps on damaging his hand. Something's clearly wrong. Something's clearly wrong. Tommy Temple says, do the voice. I'll do the voice. I know which voice you're talking about. Well, we have nothing inked in yet. So it's open. Nothing has been signed. That's the voice. That's the voice of the Shelley. That's the voice of the Shelley. That's the voice of the Shelley. So War Standard says so it's at least 2 years away from unification, a unification bout. Well, how old is Wilder? Wilder must be at least 34 now. Wilder must be at least 34. Does he take it next year? Maybe, maybe not. 50-50. That's 2020. Does he take it the year after? That's 2021. That's possible. The thing is, what is he waiting for? What exactly is he waiting for? I don't know. We don't know. We really don't know. I don't know if he has any intention whatsoever to fight Joshua. And the longer it goes on, the more I'm inclined to think that he has no intention of fighting Joshua. You see, Wilder, I was thinking about this earlier. Wilder has always been a low risk, low reward guy. So to him, if he goes high risk, he could get no reward. So I think his thinking is keep the risk low and keep on getting low reward. Low reward is better than no reward. I think that's his logic. His logic is he's still doing good. His logic is I can't miss what I've never had. I think that's his logic. That is his logic, I think. Because Shelley told him so. But Hearn is a slave master. Love. Master Shelley says no. Master Shelley says no, Wilder. Well, you know, that's the way it is. I mean, the man is a contradiction. You can't see what's directly in front of his eyes. I think his position is these guys have done good by me. I'm a millionaire. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. Why go over there and take massive risks? You know, why go over there with the zone and take massive risks? You know, we have to remember that Tyson Fury also declined to go over with Matchroom. I don't think the zone were around then. He opted not to go over to Matchroom because he knew he could have an easier path. He could take easier fights. The fights that were offered to him, to Fury, in his mind, they were risky fights, much risky. And then we see when he came back, he didn't go with Hearn. He went with Warren. And Warren made the type of fights that he wanted. So he went that way. So Wilder, I mean, can you say Wilder is stupid or that he's prudent? Is he stupid or is he prudent? You know, Fury is doing a similar thing. He's taking fights that he knows there's almost no chance of losing. Took 2 of those when he came back. Fair enough. But then he took Wilder. That's a big risk. That's a big risk fight. But then he goes back now and he's fighting a Schwartz. So I think we have to acknowledge that doing what he's done has paid him dividends. I'm talking about Wilder. Taking these low-risk fights and then occasionally taking a risky one. It has served him very well. So is he stupid or is he prudent? Sorry for the cast. My eyes are bad. No problem, Boxing Jedi. Joshua is going to have to smoke Wilder out. I don't think there is anything that Joshua can do to change Wilder's mind. Because Wilder's not the ones making decisions. Wilder is not the one making the decisions. The people making the decisions for him appear to be Al Heyman and Shelley Finkel. So what could trigger him emotionally, they will quell. I think Wilder's over there doing his own thing, PBC style, Premier Boxing Championship style, and they stay on their own front yard. They stay on their own front yard. They don't cross the fence. They don't cross the road. Yeah. So that's how it's looking to me. That's how it's looking to me. Lane Evelyn, so do I. That's cool. Oh, go ahead. I just hope Breezel knocks this bum out. In which rule case? Tommy Tempo, where are we? Where are we? Yeah, definitely take a look at the doc. Two-piece, two-parter. It's a two-parter. Lane Evelyn says the Boxing Voice was saying Marcellus Wilder's drug test is false news. Really? Well, the last time I checked him on BoxRec, the fight was a no contest. His last fight was a no contest, even though he knocked the guy out. So how is that false news? And I believe they banned people from speaking about it also. So, okay, where are we? Might only be ganja, says the geezer. Boxing Jedi likes the Shaolin Fanco voice. I didn't know I had it until I tried it. Right, so Wilder's 33. Okay. Where are we? Fury said 3 fights, and he's done. Fury said 3 fights, and he's done. Fury says a lot of stuff. Fury says a lot of stuff. Check out the doc. Fury's getting well paid. Can't overlook that. Fury is getting well paid. Fury is getting well paid. So there's the question. Why take harder fights if you can get well paid for easy fights? It's not good for the fans, but from the boxer's perspective, you know. Okay, so we've done that. It's got a 5-fight deal. Okay, so we good. We are good with that. Right, where are we? Wilder declines 50-50. What is the rationale? One name, one face, one champion. Okay, I think we've concluded that topic. We've concluded the Wilder question. I think the conclusion is that Wilder will stay on with the PB. Smash the like button, folks. Thank you. Wilder will stay with the PBC way. He will take the lowest risks for the highest reward. I'll send you the link right directly after the show, bro. I'll send you the link to the two parters. It's in my video section, but I'll send you the link for sure. So yeah, that's the conclusion. Wilder, he will continue to do what he's done throughout his career. Nothing's changed throughout his career. It's always been the same. Where's the music? Where the hell is my music? Okay, that's better. So Wilder will continue to do what he's done for the whole of his career. Low risks, low rewards. Oh, high reward. He became champion that way. Oh, it's high reward for him. He doesn't need the mega rewards. He's done very well on an average wage. He's done very well on an average wage. And he will continue to do so. So all that talk got the spans stirred up. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. All this talk, Boxing Jedi, for real. All this talk got the fans stirred up. We'll definitely do that imminently, Boxing Jedi. And that was his aim. He's accomplished his goal. Wilder has got his name out there worldwide off the back of AJ, Anthony Joshua, the landlord. He has accomplished his goal. Now he can retreat into his own truth. His own truth is fighting minimal risk, the best rewards that he can get. His rewards have gone up through riding AJ's shirt tails. Mission is accomplished. Now he retreats. That is the reality of Deontay Wilder. Case closed for today. Okay, what's the time looking like? Good, well ahead of time. Right. Got a couple of side topics. Yeah, we will have people. I've got people lined up to call in. I've got people lined up to call in, Ped. I just had to get situated with the situation, just get comfortable with the setup. I've already made a bit of a mistake today, but I will be able to rectify it, but in the technical sense. But yeah, I'll be able to sort that out. So yeah, we're just about getting comfortable. We will be getting people coming in. I'll be bringing people in. Yeah, excellent. Okay, now this topic. Can a convicted PED user be a pound for pound number one? That's my question to you guys. Can a convicted PED user, and we're going to use Canelo for the first example. Can a convicted PED user be anointed pound for pound number one? That's a question for you, and then we'll talk about it. Can Canelo, there has been talk that Canelo might be pound for pound number one. We're talking about steroids. My question to you, get your answers in, guys. My question to you, there has been talk that Canelo Alvarez might be pound for pound number one. And that raised the question in my mind. Can a convicted PED user be anointed? Can a convicted PED user be anointed the crown of pound for pound number one? And you keep your answers coming in, keep your thoughts rolling in, and I'm going to read your responses. Depends on the substance. Well, steroids. Or, strong substances, performance enhancing substances. Leighton Evelyn. Well, yeah, because Canelo is in my eyes. Okay. July Temple. These days, yes. Tommy Temper. Sadly, yes. Padre al-Baghdadi. Hello. Welcome. Tainted. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button. Tainted. A tainted pound for pound champ. War standard. Yes, but not everyone will agree with it. Boxing Jedi. Nah. Canelo is a cheat. Yeah. No bull. Anything is possible in boxing. The geezer. Personally, I'd say they would be tainted. Yeah. Ped. It was only Clen. Clen is a very powerful substance. Ped. Clenbuterol is a very powerful substance. I know a little bit about drugs. I don't deal with them myself, but I do know a lot about PEDs. And it is recommended in certain circles that for bodybuilders, they can start their cycle with Clen because it's not extremely toxic in low doses, but it can have steroidal effects. It speeds up the metabolism and almost gives you a pump in the gym. So it enables you to work harder. So the fact that it enables you to work harder, you can lift more. Yeah. So even though technically speaking, it's not a steroid, it can have steroid-like effects. Obviously, if you're a hardcore steroid user, that's not the only thing you would take. But it is a very powerful compound. Boxing Jedi says, I need to see future test results on a constant. Yeah, should be monitored. Clenello is also used to mask. Yeah, clenbuterol can be used as a masking agent. I think there's no doubt that Clenello is a human growth hormone user. There were pictures of him with telltale spots, because human growth hormone, you can simply just inject it just under the skin, and it leads to little bumps on the skin. And there were pictures going around. This is probably a year or two ago, of these telltale little bumps in his skin, where you would typically inject human growth hormone around the abdomen region. And so, could the Clen have been used to mask that? Yes. Or spray, human growth hormone spray, $90. There you go. So I don't think Clen was the only thing that Clenello has used. Clen could certainly and most likely could have been used as a masking agent for other compounds. So, is it ethical? Is it ethical for a drug user, a PED user, to be anointed as a pound for pound number one? Is that ethical? What kind of message does it send out for a PED user to be anointed as the pound for pound number one boxer in the world? What is the ethical message that sends out? Ethically, no, it is not ethical, but boxing is unethical, says War Standard. The geezer says, legalize the lot, lol. Legalize everything, lol, says the geezer. Yeah, they could legalize everything, but I don't think that'd be good for boxers' brains. I know you're joking, but you know, I'll respond to it as if it were. Padre al-Baghdadi says Clenello is pound for pound number one dosser. Big dosser in the house. Clenello. Yeah. Okay. My position on it is that Boxing Jedi, lots of deaths if legalized. It would be extremely unhealthy. People coming in strong as two horses joined together. Inevitably, there would be some serious impacts on people's health and possibly even death. That is not good. Death is not good in the ring. Tommy Temper says it sends the same message Arnold sent out. If you want to win, use any means available. Use any means available. Yeah, we could do that. But drugs are banned. So while drugs are banned, the bans have to be enforced. We have to have one level playing field. It has to be a level playing field. There can't be any room for drugs in the sport. No room for drugs in the sport. And we go on to TUE exemptions. TUE exemptions. And this is the last topic. TUE exemptions, testosterone use exemptions. Can anybody, Shola Ebo in the house? Welcome, Shola. Can anybody tell me, has anybody found any sources for any fighter that shows that this fighter has a TUE exemption? Because I've looked and I have found no evidence for TUE for any fighter taking with a TUE exemption. Do they exist? Yes, they certainly do. But I have not seen any evidence of any one particular fighter with a TUE exemption. Books is in the house. Box. Smash that like button, folks. Smash that like button. Hit the like button. Okay, so the point that I'm making is this. Evander Holyfield had a TUE for testosterone. That's interesting. Is that a fact? Is that a fact, Tommy? Is that a fact? Let me read some of the... Well, let me say what I'm saying about TUE exemption. Somebody smash the like button. That's good. Somebody else smash it too. All right, let me tell you what I feel about TUEs. Clearly, John Warrior is in the house. We're almost finished, John, but good to see you in here. You can catch the playback. You can catch the replay. Let me tell you what I feel about the TUE situation. Clearly, it exists. Clearly, if the TUEs are given out ethically, then a man or woman should theoretically have a genuine medical reason for a TUE. But let me tell you what I'm not down with. I'm not down with people like Dillian White coming out and saying fighter X has a TUE. I know that for a fact. What is fighter X taking? I don't know. A person like Jarrell Miller coming out and saying fighter Y has a TUE. What does fighter Y have a TUE for? What's he taking? Testosterone? A TUE testosterone use exemption. So if it's taking a testosterone use exemption, then surely what he's taking is testosterone. So you're saying this man categorically is taking additional testosterone. That's interesting. What I want to see from fighters is some evidence. Yeah, it's easy to sling mud, but where's the evidence? If I tell you something, I can bring up an article to show you my source. Or I can actually show you, I can actually present to you the words. You can hear the person saying the words I've said they've said. But with these fighters throwing mud, trying to besmirch another boxer's name without any form of evidence whatsoever, I find that quite unacceptable and objectionable. If you're going to say something, show me the source. Smash the like button. Show me the source. Show me some evidence. Show me something. Let me see something. Okay. They did do it with Pacquiao. Let's go through the comments and see what we got. Peds don't actually make you a better boxer, does it? Okay, back in the day, my wrestling coach told me that steroids. We talked about steroids. We talked as a class on the whole, and he said steroids don't make you a better fighter. Well, maybe not, but it makes you, depending on which one you're taking, it makes you train longer. Surely, if you train longer, then if you spend more hours in the training room, surely you become a better fighter. they do make you stronger, or they give you the ability to get stronger. So you're lifting more weights, or you're lifting more sandbags, or you're doing more plyometrics. That's making you stronger. So you're spending more time in the training room. You're lifting more weights, you're lifting more sandbags. You're doing more plyometrics. So now your technique is improving because you're spending more time doing it. Your strength is improving because you're doing more strength training. You're doing more strength training for longer. And your cardio is improving because you're taking cardio enhancing drugs also. So steroids don't make you a better fighter. But the fact that steroids allow you to stay in the training room for longer does make you a better fighter and recover faster, so you can go back to the training room quicker. That does make you a better fighter. Be it boxer, kickboxer, wrestler, grappler. You know, all those things add up to more time in the gym, more time in the weight room, more time in the ring, more time in the training room. That's what performance enhancing drugs do. They give you more time in the training room. A lot of people will get killed. They say Ben was on something when he fought McClellan. He ended up with brain damage. Yeah, I've heard them say that Ben looked like he was on something, or they suspect Ben was on something. I don't know. It can never be proved now. What were the drug testing procedures like back in the day? I know Ben trained like an animal. So, you know, I think that's reflected in his performance. He trained like an animal and performed like a beast. Like a beast. What do we know about the drug testing procedures back then? Tommy Temple, Lance Armstrong was the most tested athlete in the world at one point. He was. And he got away with it for a long time too. I hear that. TUEs are a secret. Yeah. Testosterone usage exemption. I'm going to go into testosterone. In a further program, because the concept that you're just going to put testosterone in and you're going to be superhuman, that is not accurate. I'm going to go into that in a further episode. This is Boxing Talk with Raphie. I should have titled it 6. Boxing Talk with Raphie 6. Look for that in 7, 8, 9, or 10. Shola Ebo in the house. Yes, boss. Asthma inhalers. Yes. Billy Joe Saunders got banned for a particular type of inhaler which enhanced cardiovascular performance and could be used as a fat loss agent. Yes, the special inhaler. Tommy Temper. Evander Holyfield had a TUE for testosterone. Well, Evander Holyfield started, it's an interesting you raise that, Evander Holyfield, because he started training with a guy called Lee Haney. Lee Haney from out of Atlanta, America, USA. Now, Lee Haney, at that point, when he was training Evander, when Evander went up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, he enlisted the help of Lee Haney as a trainer. Now, it's quite interesting. I don't like to sling mud, but obviously Lee Haney was an 8-time Olympia champion, Mr. Olympia. Now, Lee Haney was a talented guy, but he did have to use steroids to get on the Mr. Olympia stage. Yeah, bodybuilding, Mr. Olympia. Now, of course, I think most of us know by now that when Evander went up to heavyweight, it was widely speculated. I didn't know about steroids at the time. I was pretty much a kid. when he moved up to heavyweight, or very young. And I remember I had a tape of Evander Holyfield. I had a tape, a video. Remember video days? Yeah, VHS. And there was a visitor to the household. And this visitor was a bodybuilder. He had actually been on stage. He was a karate guy, but he had a good build. He had a build that lent itself to bodybuilding. So he actually went on the bodybuilding stage, this guy. And the tape came on, pressed play, and the first thing he did was he shouted at the TV. He pointed at Evander Holyfield and he said, "Steroids." I didn't know nothing about steroids back then. I was just a youngster. But he pointed at the screen and he shouted, "Steroids." Now, does that prove that Evander Holyfield was on steroids? No, it doesn't. But back in the dizzy, a steroid-using bodybuilder was in my family home. He saw Evander Holyfield when he moved up to heavyweight, and he shouted at the screen, "Steroids." Now, that man knew his steroids. That man knew his steroids. And, you know, that kind of stuck with me. That kind of stuck with me. Evander Holyfield and steroids. Obviously, I can't say anything. I've got no proof, but, you know, we know what it is. We know what it is coming up from cruiser to a solid heavyweight. I mean, he had the genetic predisposition to be solid, but the way he blew up his traps and his back, you know, guy looked like some kind of superhero. He looked like, Evander Holyfield looked like a superhero. He always looked good, but he went from looking great to superhero great. He really did. What kind of testing was in place at that point? I don't know. I would have to do a research paper to find out. Smash the like button, folks. Smash that like button. Surely someone with a TUE would have to notify an opponent before a bout, says War Standard. No. Testosterone use exemption. No. See, theoretically, if properly used, a TUE, a testosterone use exemption, would only come into play if the individual concerned, if the fighter concerned, had low testosterone. So with the testosterone use exemption, perhaps I'm going to have to research into this. I'm going to have to do a research paper on testosterone use exemption in boxing. But how it should work is that the testosterone you take in should only bring you up to normal levels. There was a case in mixed martial arts where there was a guy called Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort out of Brazil. And it was a period, they don't allow it anymore, but it was a period a few years ago when mixed martial arts, the UFC, were allowing people therapeutic use exemptions. Therapeutic, maybe that's what TUE really stands for, not testosterone use exemption, but therapeutic use exemptions. So this therapeutic use exemptions, originally, a lot of people didn't know it was going on. Originally, people didn't know that there were fighters with, it was a secret. The mere fact that therapeutic use exemptions existed was a secret. And then somebody leaked it. One fighter said, such and such is on testosterone. And it's legal. He's got a usage exemption. And then the cat was out of the bag. I can't remember who that fighter was. The cat was out of the bag. And then Vitor Belfort. When I get into screen sharing, I can show you the before and after of Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort went from just a average-looking fighter, very average, to superhuman. He was just shredded. He wasn't big because he was a middleweight, but he was just shredded. And when he was in an interview one time, and he was just so pumped and amped that he kept on clapping his hands, you know, to punctuate his points. He was, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And the sound from him slapping his hands together was like he could smash a walnut just by that. Every few seconds, he was just smashing his hands together. And you think, my goodness, this guy is on some strong shizzle. And it later turned out that Vitor Belfort, they had a reading of him, of his testosterone levels. And his testosterone levels was like that of 10 men put together. If you got the testosterone levels of 10 men, measure the testosterone levels of 10 men, and then you added them all together, that was the level of Vitor Belfort's testosterone. It was through the roof. But that was not its intention. Anyone on a TUE should be monitored regularly to make sure their levels are only of that of a man. That of a healthy man, yes, so it can be on the higher end of the scale, but it certainly should not go beyond what a normal or a healthy man can produce. So the TUEs, let's be clear, the TUEs, therapeutic usage exemption, was banned in the UFC. Smash that like button. We're almost there. We're almost home. Okay, we're going back a bit into the chat now. Yeah, they did make accusations against Pacquiao without proof. That is true. I wasn't even following boxing very much during that period, but I was deep into MMA. And I remember even on the MMA sites that I was a member of, there was talk, there was a boxing section, and there was much talk about Pacquiao being on performance enhancers. But he was actually broken down. He was broken down. And they said, how could this man keep on going up in weight and keep his power? Which is unusual. As you progress in weight, you typically will lose power. The argument was that this guy kept on going up in weight and maintained his knockout power, which apparently was highly unusual. Highly unusual. I keep on getting these Facebook notifications of plump single mothers. I don't know why. What's going on? I think I've been targeted. That's not good. Okay, now, where are we? Tommy Temper, roids make you stronger for longer. And that can mean the difference in a 50-50 fight. Indeed. I remember Betamax. I lucked out. We lucked out as a family. In the family home, we went for VHS, but some people got stung with the Betamax. Betamax, it was Betamax or VHS. I think the Betamax was more expensive. Some people went with the Betamax and got stung. That shizzle, that technology lasted for about 6 months. Some people got stung with that. How long, Marty Fieldman says, how long does it take to put on 20 pounds of muscle naturally? Well, that depends on your stage of development. If you are, I think you're referring to AJ there, 20 pounds of muscle. If you are lean, extremely lean, let's take AJ, because that question is directed at him. So let's take, yes, Pablo in the house. Pablo in the house, that's good. Better late than never. Catch the replay, hit the like button. You probably already have. Good man, appreciate it. So let's look at a man. Let's take an 18-year-old man, 18-year-old youth. Let's take that youth. He's already in training. This youth is already in training. He's already training hard. But there's going to come a point in between anywhere from 16 to 22 where there's going to be, if you're in training, there's going to be a dramatic growth spurt. Even if you're not in training. It's called filling out. Filling out. So your Aunt Mabel from Bournemouth, she hasn't seen you for 6 months. She hasn't seen you for a year. She hasn't seen you for a year. And she comes up to the Christmas party, your Christmas dinner at your place, and you've exploded in size. You have exploded in size. You don't notice it, but other people do. That can happen to a man who is not even in training. But there comes a point in many men's lives where they explode in size. It's called filling out. Maybe explode is too dramatic a term, but the filling out process takes place where your chest thickens, your back gets broader, your shoulders thickens, and your muscles all over your body thicken. Yeah, that's called the filling out process. Along with some of that can be fat, yes, because you're not running around on the playground every day anymore. So from 18, somewhere between 18 and 22, there is often a filling out process in men, young men. Now, if you're already in training, you can still get that filling out process can still occur. So for a man to put on 20 pounds, what's that in stone? 14 pounds is a stone, 1 stone. Plus 7, that's 21. So for a man to put on 1.5 stone in body weight when he's decided to bulk up and he's already in training, to do that, what's that? 1 pound a week. Is 1 pound a week is a very realistic goal. So 4 pounds a month, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So in 5 months, a young male can put on 20 pounds. It won't all be muscle. It's increased body weight. That's 1.5 stones. Can a young male put on 1.5 stones in body weight? Primarily lean tissue. Can a young man in between the ages of 18 and 22 do that? I say that's extremely likely, if that's your goal, if that's your aim. I remember seeing AJ sitting in it's an interview. It's in a car. It's in a Range Rover. And he's finished training. And he's got this Tupperware. And it's got rice and chicken in there. That's bodybuilder stuff. Anybody who's looking to enhance your body, gain lean muscle, rice and chicken and rice, that's the ingredient immediately after training, because it's called an anabolic window. Immediately after training, there's a hypothesis that there is an anabolic window, a window where the body is most likely to grow. It's disputed. Some people believe in it and some people don't. But in bodybuilding, it's almost like a religious act. It's something you have to do. Immediately after training, stuff some high protein foods along with carbohydrates to fill out the muscle and replace the glycogen. Get that down in you within an hour after training. Protein and carbs. If you're training once a day, at least once a day, and you're shoveling down chicken and rice in your system, after each training session, you will gain muscle. You will gain body weight. No ifs or buts or maybe. And if you fall in between the 18 to 22 age range, putting on 1 pound of weight per week is highly doable within that age range. Highly doable. I've got way behind on the chat. Smash that like button, folks. Smash that like button. Okay, I'm way behind on the chat. Let's see if I can catch up. Pablo in the house. Marty Fielman. Depression can make your testosterone levels drop away. The thing to do to enhance your testosterone level is to get, first of all, train. Train hard. The actual act of training drops your testosterone. By the time you finish your training session, your testosterone levels will be lower than they were when you started. But that's okay. Talk about gaining weight. Okay, now eat some chicken and rice within an hour after you finish training. Okay, now get an ample amount of sleep. So go to bed early and get some sound sleep. Take some, what's it called? What's that thing called? What is that thing called? 1 second. 1 second. Let me show you. Take some, I can't show you the make or the brand, but I can show you there's a hell of a delay on here. I'm holding this thing up. It's been about 3-4 seconds. I still can't see it under. There we go. Take some ZMA. ZMA. Zinc, magnesium, and what is it? Zinc and magnesium. It's got vitamin B6 in there also. Zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. You take that. That can stimulate, or the reason why people take it, it can stimulate growth, natural growth hormone release. So you've got that in your system. Take that before bed. It enhances, that's the theory, it enhances your natural growth hormone release. And that also enhances your testosterone production. Smash the like button. Okay. Let me try and catch up with the chat. Where are we? Depression, Tommy Temper. Most doctors recommend rest, relaxation, and a break from training for the body's hormone levels to return to optimum levels naturally, which means no training. Okay. Yeah, that's quite possible. But training actually enhances testosterone production, so long as it's accompanied with good sleep and certain practices, good nutrition, and taking certain things like ZMA, which is all natural ingredients, zinc, magnesium, and B6. Good sleep enhances testosterone production. Exercise enhances fatigue. So the two of those things, exercise followed by good nutrition and good quality sleep, enhanced by a product like zinc, well, natural products like zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Those put you in a deeper sleep, produce more growth hormone release, more testosterone release. Okay. Padre al-Baghdadi. T for therapeutic. Same ass, different cheek. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. Yes, 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 unrivaled. Pablo. Boxing Jedi. No offense, but most Asians have large heads. Even my race, the Native Americans. Okay. I don't know what that's in relation to. Big up Raphie, big up Pablo. Tommy Temper says, I think someone is on some kind of shizzle, legit or not. Hey, you know, it's not unlikely that there's people out there looking for an edge. There's people out there looking for an edge. I think the smarter guys lean towards the natural edges. There are natural edges to be found in nature. If I knew that the conversation was going to go in this direction, I could have brought up some of my files on natural products, natural foods that enhance performance. There is I don't want to go into it because I can't remember the name of the product. I can't remember the name of the thing. There's a particular bark from a particular, is it a bark? Could be a leaf. Could be a leaf from a particular bush, a particular tree found in certain African countries, which enhance cardio power. Yeah, and I can't remember what it is. It's also a slight hallucinogenic, and it has been attributed as a partial reason why some African runners could just zone out and keep on running. Now, that leaf was, I don't know if it still is, but it was 100% legal. There's a question mark now. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, there are products to be found in nature, 100% natural. 100% natural that can enhance one's performance in certain ways, in different areas. So I think a smart person looking for an edge would look for a natural edge. Padre al-Baghdadi, AJ has great work ethic. He's always working. That separates people. Work ethic separates people. The geezer, a guy at my workplace, started the gym and he bulked right up in a year. All he eats is chicken and veg. 100%. 100%. I think people underestimate the power of nutrition, the power of working out and then getting good nutrition in your system. People underestimate that. And also, it's a question of genetic predisposition. You know, you can have two guys with different genetic predispositions working out side by side, training partners doing the same thing day in, day out, 4 times a week, and getting very different results. 1, they may not be eating the same thing. 2, they may not be getting the same quality of sleep. And 3, one of the two may have a greater genetic predisposition towards building muscle than the other. So it's a very real thing. Wilder's supposed to put on 20 pounds of muscle for the Breezel fight. I don't believe he's aiming for that. I really don't believe he's aiming for that. He was bigger in the past. But I don't believe that just putting on all that weight is necessarily going to be good for him. It could be. It might be positive. Might yield positive results, or it could yield adverse results. Yeah. Chicken, rice, chicken, vegetable, and rice. That's growth food or maintenance food, depending on what you're using it for. Chicken, vegetable, and rice, you can live on that. You wouldn't need anything else. Chicken, vegetable, and rice. Pablo says the anabolic window. Yes, indeed. It's disputed, but bodybuilders live by it. The anabolic window. Shoveling nutrition. I think it's actually a fact that once you deplete your stores, it's like a sponge. If you wring out a sponge, wring the water out of a sponge, clearly and logically, it's going to suck water back up much quicker. That's the same principle of the anabolic window. If you exert the body highly, then it becomes like a wrung out sponge. Therefore, once you put good nutrition in, it soaks it all up and uses it better than somebody who's just sitting down for a living. So I think there's a lot of sense and logic behind the anabolic window. Anabolic window. One of my Polish mates from the gym eats that all the time, and he's blown up in the last few months. People underestimate the power of hard work followed by the intake of good nutrition. They really do underestimate it. But try it first. Tommy Temper says, HIIT reduces testosterone levels. HIT. Do you mean high intensity? Do you mean HIIT? HIIT is high intensity interval training. Like I said, during the course of training, a training session, your testosterone levels will drop. But if you replenish the body with good nutrition and you get ample sleep, along with something like ZMA, zinc, magnesium, vitamin B6, then you end up with the end result of more testosterone because you release more growth hormone. But sleep is crucial in that cycle. Creatine, yeah, creatine certainly helps blow up the muscle, bulk up the muscle. Definitely, it's a natural product also. The anabolic chicken, Nick Diaz is in the house and he suggests the anabolic chicken, the pre-injected chicken, the anabolic chicken, which comes from Q8. That's another story. That's a joke inside a joke. Nick Diaz, obviously, he follows bodybuilding to a certain extent. I'm not a bodybuilder. My training is a lot different from that, but obviously, I do train people. So I work with those who wish to build muscle also. Tommy Temper says, I think creatine is on the banned list. Is it? Is it on the banned list? I thought creatine was legit for use. Creatine, natural product found in meat. Yeah, zinc, magnesium, and B6, says Tommy Temper. Yeah. Pablo, hit the like button, folks. Pablo, it's a triangle. Lift, eat, sleep. Yeah, progressive. And it doesn't have to be lift either. We're not just talking about lifting, Pablo. It's exert. It's exert, eat, sleep. You know, you could be doing plyometrics. You could be doing calisthenics, which involves no weights, just your body weight. So it's exert yourself, eat, sleep. Exert yourself, eat highly nutritious foods, highly nutritious forms of protein, clean carbs, good fats, and of course the vegetables. The vegetables are crucial. Alkanates, it's alkaline, a source of alkaline. The body becomes acidic after training. You need vegetables to get that acid alkaline balance in check. Alkaline in vegetables. I've been on a lot of vegetables recently. Every meal, doesn't matter what I'm eating, I throw some vegetables on. Doesn't matter what. Vitamin D3 brings up testosterone too. Okay, says Tommy Temper. Good quality sleep is the one. Good quality sleep is perhaps without sleep, everything else fails. Without good quality sleep, it doesn't matter how good you're eating. Sleep is probably the most crucial out of the triangle. Sleep, good quality sleep. Obviously, you have to exert yourself. Obviously, you need to replenish with good nutrition. But then, sleep. Sleep is the key. Georgie Porgy is in the house. Yes. Georgie Porgy is in the house. Tommy Temper. Low test can be from overtraining. But is that the excuse for TUEs? Yeah, you can dip your levels by overtraining and then going to the doctors for sure. But that's why you need to be seen by a doctor on more than simply one occasion. Padra El Baghdadi, holistic, yes. The holistic way, I believe, is the best. Clean foods. Get high while training. Training is underrated. Training for me is a form of meditation. It is one of the most beautiful things in the world. Hit the like button, folks. Nanjalone. is in some European meats in Holland. It's crazy levels. Well, nandrolone was what was found in the system of Tyson Fury and his cousin, Huey Fury. And they blamed that on eating uncastrated boar's meat. Uncastrated boar's meat. Wild boar. That was the same reason gave by Contador. Was his name Alfredo? Alfredo Contador. In 2010, when he popped dirty. Alfredo Contador, a two-time Tour de France winner. But it was decided that no, the levels found in the Fury's system exceeded that which could have been obtained by merely ingesting meat. So, had to be injected, taken in. Probably injected. I don't think it's available in oral form, or it may be. I'm not 100% sure. New subscriber, Hagler's bald head. I actually saw a picture of Hagler with hair. He looked different, a lot different. Thank you, Hagler's bald head. Hit the like button, Hagler's bald head. Thank you very much. Yeah, smash that. Smash it. Okay. That was from AA Boxing Blunts. Nandrolone is found in some European meats. Yes, somebody did. I think Hagler's bald head smashed the like button. That's nice. Padre El Baghdadi. Iboga? What's that? Iboga. Oh, you're talking about the bark. I really can't remember. I just researched it the other day. I wasn't researching it. I was doing something else and it just popped up. It just popped up. It's not cat leaves, is it? Oh, Pablo's talking about cat. Well, cat. Look at cat. That's like yeah, it was. That's not what I was talking about, but I'll talk about cat. Cat. I think where is it? Certain Asian countries. That's found in certain Asian countries, and it's like a tradition for certain people just to chew on that. Just chew on it. And it's a form of it's a feel-good drug. Well, it is a drug, but it's found in the leaf, not the cocoa leaf. It's the cat leaf. Cat. It's found in the cat leaf. Cat, yeah, with a H. And it just gives you energy to work and feel good and feel kind of smiley, like the music. The music makes me feel that way. Yeah. So that's why I'm always not into the music. It makes me feel good, especially the drums. But yeah, the cat, definitely an uplifting. Gives one a sense of well-being, uplifted. Shola Ibofin, great subject matter tonight, Raphie. Yes, Shola. I like to just freestyle. I have my topic sheet, and then I like to freestyle. I was a little bit stressed out because there's a certain technical issue going on, but it doesn't seem to have affected the stream. But it affected my ability to do certain things. But that's cool. That's cool. That's like it's all part of the process. You know, doing it, making certain mistakes, but it seems fine. It's fine from your end. On my end, I was a bit hamstrung, but that's okay. That's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Hit that like button, people. Yeah. So, cat leaves. You see, to be honest with you, I'm not one who's just going to come on and talk boxing. I will talk boxing. That's what we're here to do. But we'll talk other things. We'll let the conversation go and flow in different streams, in different directions. It will always be related to human matters. But we've talked about slavery. We've talked about testosterone. We've talked about exercise technique. We've talked about how much a man can put on. You know, these are life matters that concern men. You know, boxing talk with Raphie is not just boxing talk. It's talk about the things which concern men. You know, and this health thing and health. I'm in the health field. It's natural. You see what I'm saying? What is quality sleep? The geezer says, what is Quality. Pablo says, smash that like. Smash that like. That's what Pablo says. And I agree with him. Smash that like. I've already smashed it myself. The geezer says, what is quality sleep? Quality sleep is, there's a medical definition, which I can't give you right now because I haven't got it up in front of me. But quality sleep is having enough sleep to take you into REM or deep REM type sleep. That's a frequency that the brain goes into, or brain activity pattern when you've gone into deep sleep. That takes a couple of hours, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly. It takes a couple of hours to get into REM, and you want to go into REM, rapid eye movement. Yeah, you want to go into REM, and there's different stages of sleep. I'll start mentioning you in a second. There's different stages of sleep, but you want to be able to have sufficient sleep. Smash that like button, folks. Thank you. You want to be able to yeah, you want to be able to get sufficient sleep to get into that REM level and stay there for a considerable time. You want to basically wake up feeling fresh. Feeling fresh. Yeah? You want to be able to wake up feeling fresh. So however long that takes you to get to that stage, then you have to play with it. If you get 6 hours and you're not feeling fresh, try 6.5. Go to bed half an hour earlier. If that still doesn't work, try 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5. Yeah? You have to find the level of sleep that you need to get to time-wise where you can wake up feeling fresh and just stretch, happily stretch. A nice, happy stretch in the morning. That is good quality sleep. Personally, I take ZMA when I remember. I don't take it every night, but I take ZMA. I take multivitamin pills, not every day, but I take them. I take fish oils, not every day, but I take them. I'd probably take something almost every day. If it's not the fish oils, it's the multivitamin. If it's not the multivitamin, it's the ZMA. I go through phases, but I take something almost every day. But most importantly, it's food and sleep. And by trade, I'm always in the gym. So where are we? I've almost caught up with everything. Cat, great subject matter. What is quality sleep, said the geezer. Smash the like button for Raph, says Pablo. Snuff the like button, smash it. Smash your mouse hitting the like button. Tommy Temper, I was pissed off from that documentary you made exposing my fallen idiot. Did you mean to write fallen idiot? Tommy Temper says, I was pissed off from that documentary you made exposing my fallen idiot. Tyson Fury. Love, it was very good. Yeah, the picture was skewed. The picture on the documentary was skewed, which kind of pissed me off. But I'm going to a more professional setup in terms of capturing screen capture. But you will all know by now, I had gotten out of the technological loop. So everything I do is kind of like a Stone Age man. I do things like a Stone Age man would do, including the film capture, but I will be upgrading to professional levels of image capture. And I am going to redo that documentary. Well, actually, I'll do a conclusion. I've done part 1, part 2. Part 3 is going to incorporate elements of part 1 and 2. But part 3, when I do part 3, it's going to be professional levels using professional techniques as opposed to the Stone Age man techniques that I currently employ. So I'll be looking to step up my image capture techniques. I'm giving myself 7 days to study it, learn it, and execute it. And when I do the conclusion, to encapture all the elements of part 1 and part 2. Although part 2 was a conclusion, I'm going to do a conclusion of the conclusion, and that will be on a more professional. I'll be using more professional techniques for image capture. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Tommy Temper. I think it was very fair. I didn't invent anything. I show all the receipts. So that's all you can really ask from a film, to show the receipts. I show all the receipts. It's all receipts. Yeah. A good lady can give you good sleep too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And a bad one can prevent that, can inhibit that. Says Boxing Jedi. Boxing and Jedi's Temple. Yeah, I know it's a joke, but it's true as well, though. It's true as well, though. Good sleep hygiene is vital. Padre al-Baghdadi. Good name. The Giza. Jedi. Yeah. Pablo. Always wash your veg. It's sprayed with enough chemicals. Yes, indeed. Wash off your veg. Wash off your veg. The Giza. Unless you grow your own. Yes. Marty Philman. But is it good for your testosterone levels? Not before a fight. When are you having guests on, says Tommy Temper? Well, I am upping my technical game. I'm going to be doing some experiments. I'm going to be calling for your assistance, Tommy. I'm going to be experimenting, calling you in. We'll set up a time if that's okay with you. I'll call you in and we'll do some unlisted stuff. We'll do it in private. I mean, in a private screen. And I'm going to test the techniques and make sure they're flowing correctly. And that's how I know that I'll be ready for guests. Yeah. So I'm going to link up with you, Tommy. Smash the like button, peeps. I can see there's people coming in, still coming in. Smash the like button, peeps. So I'm going to connect with you and we're going to be doing some experimental little shoots. I'll be doing that in unlisted videos, private. Make sure that the techniques and technical know-how are where they need to be. Collaborations. I'm open to collaborations. I see everybody's going live now. Everybody's going live now. I'm open for collaborations. I'll be calling some guests in. I'm going to be doing something with boxing, the Boxing Jedi. We're going to be doing a collab or collabs in the near future. We're going to link up and talk about that. We got Tommy. I'm going to have Tommy on as a guest sometimes, especially when we're talking about fights, because this was a fight weekend. So we call this a Monday special. It's a Monday special. Raph, can you get a couple of naked ladies with snakes dancing in the background? Well, Marty, if you can supply them, they can come and dance behind me, my friend. Nobody else can see that message. Shall I show it or shall I hide it? Let's show it. If you can supply the ladies, Marty, and the snakes don't bite, I will consider it. Tommy Temper, collabs are the way. Yeah, you have to be careful with collabs though, because it's got a gel. It's like a partnership. It's like a dance partner. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the right collabs. You know what I'm saying? Complementary. You want personalities that complement each other. So yeah, I'm certainly up for that. No doubt about it. I've enjoyed the music. I've enjoyed the company. I've enjoyed the chat. I've had a technical issue, which I seem to have muddled through somehow, but that's cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure there must be a lady watching. Surely there's a lady watching. I think I've got a female subscriber. I think I have. I think I saw her. So, that concludes our session for today. This was a special Monday edition, post Big Fight Monday edition, and we got through it. We got through it unscathed. It was quite enjoyable. It was good for me. Oh, should I finish off with a story? Shall I finish off with a short story of today? Being laying back, chilled. That's the way it should be. Should I, ladies and gentlemen, should I finish off with a 1 minute story of today? Do you want a 1 minute story? Do you want a 1 minute story of something that happened to me today? I know there's a delay, so I'm letting you populate it. Okay. I'm going to finish off with a little 1 minute story today. It's something that pissed me off. Something that pissed me off, only mildly. Made me laugh as well. I can laugh at it now, but it kind of pissed me off at the time. Now, check the story. Here's a story, right? Just a 1 minute story. It's very small. It's very insignificant, but it still pissed me off. Check it out. So I work in the fitness industry, and I was taking a client through a gym session. And sometimes I join in as well, because that means I don't have to go back to the gym later on or earlier on or whatever. So I join in. Yeah. So I'm joining in with the session. There are two ladies, two women of age. And I noticed the little side glances and the little smile. Yeah. You know, the side glance and the smile. You know, the side glance and the smile. Are you familiar with that, guys? Are you familiar with the side glance and the smile? Can I get a yes? I really need a yes. I need a yes. I need to know that you know. I need to know that you know. There's a hell of a delay on this thing. Hell of a delay on this thing. Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? I need some encouragement. Yes. Hell yes. Thank you. Thank you. So, I noticed the side glance and the smile. The side glance and the smile. The side glance and the smile. Yes, yes, yes. So I think, yeah. Yo, guys, what it is that when I ask you a question, because I'm in the YouTube screen, it takes like about 5 seconds after you type something for me to see it. So that's why there's the delay. Okay. So I noticed the side glance and the smile multiple times. So I think, cool. I must be looking nice today. Cool. It's okay. It's okay. So I carry on with the session with the guy. We do the session, nice session every now and then. The two girls, I see them straining their necks like ostriches, looking wherever we are. Cool. I must be looking good today. That's nice. So, long story short, train the client. Everything's good. Pack my stuff. Heading out to the gym. And the two girls, coincidentally, they start walking behind me. Women. Fine, no problem. I'm not making any effort or anything. I'm just there to do my job. But it's nice when you get noticed like that. So fine. So I hear something. I hear a sound as I'm walking. I'm walking down the stairs and I'm hearing a sound that I'm not supposed to be hearing. What's that sound? What's that sound? Did you rip your pants? No. Did you rip your pants? No. So I'm hearing a sound. I'm walking down. I'm in front, there behind. I'm hearing a sound I'm not supposed to be hearing. What's that sound? So I look down at my earphones. I've got the little earbud things, and they're dragging on the ground. Let me tell you why that pissed me off. How many times have you stood on your earbuds? You know, the earphones that stick in your ear? How many times they drop? How many times have you accidentally stood on them, crushed them, and you have to go and buy another pair? I'll tell you what pissed me off. They're ogling man on a regular, but yet they see the man in front of them, and they feel too good to say, sorry, excuse me, your earphones, they're dragging on, the little earbuds, they're dragging on the ground. The earbuds are dragging on the ground. Now, if the roles were reversed, would you not say to a lady, excuse me, your earbuds, they're dragging on the ground. They are dragging on the ground. Be careful, you might crush them. Now, what is wrong with a person saying to another person, excuse me, Your ear things are dragging on the ground. You know what? I think it was bad manners not to say something. If the roles were reversed, I would have said something. It don't mean nothing. What does it take? What does it take? It's just a little courtesy. It's just a little courtesy. Were they too good? Were they too good to talk to the Raph? Were they too good to help out the Raph? My man Raphie, heart straight up, bro. Were they good? Were they too good to just tell a man? Listen, people look but don't speak these days. Yo, what is wrong with people? What is wrong? If somebody's here, if you're right by them, I'm not saying run across the street and get knocked over and tell somebody. But the thing is, the things are dragging on the ground. Just, you know what I did? I just looked down because I thought, nah, something ain't right. Listen to the sound, look down, picked them up, tucked them back in, tucked them back in, tucked them back in, and carried on about my business. Listen, folks, it don't cost nothing for 1 second of good manners. 1 second of good manners don't cost nothing. Don't cost nothing. And that's my little story. That's my little story. Makes me laugh. Karma is going to bite them on the ample asses. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing to me, man. It's like, don't be bloody silly. Tell somebody their shoelace is undone. You're right next to them. Don't run across the street and get run over in the process. You know, just help somebody out. Help a brother out. Help a sister out. Why not? Are you too stush? Are you too good? Nah, you're not too good. Okay, that's my little story for the day. Makes me laugh now. Makes me laugh now. Guys, it's been fun. It's been a good little chat that we've had. It's the final roll call. It's Boxing Jedi. It's the Padre al-Baghdadi. It's the Giza. It's the Pablo. It's the Boxing Jedi. It's Marty Fieldman. Tommy Temper. Pablo. Marty Fieldman. P.E.D. P.E.D. Giza. Pablo. Ped. Who else? Who have I not mentioned? Who have I not mentioned? And earlier on, if we go back in time, we have Leighton Evelyn. We have War Standard. War Standard. We have Jake Cleary was in the house. Leighton Evelyn. War Standard. Yes. I think we've got everybody. Guys, it was a great one. Next one will be on Wednesday. Wednesday at 9. Wednesday at 9. Boxing Jedi, Ped, Tommy Temper, Marty Fieldman, The Giza, Pablo, Padre al-Baghdadi. Everybody, take care. Have a blessed one. See you again on Wednesday at 9. Okay. Peace out. Oh dear. Yeah, I know I'm still alive. I got locked out of the live. I got locked out of my control room. Now I'm trying to get out. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Yeah, I know I'm still alive. I got locked out of the live. I'm trapped. Out of my control room. Now I'm trying to get out. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Yeah, I know I'm still alive. I got locked out of the live. I'm trapped out of my control room. Now I'm trying to get out.